Hey crafty friends, it's Lisa, your DIY diva, and today I'm going to get right into it. I wanted to do a heart DIY, and I found this beautiful heart at Hobby Lobby. It was $2.99, but on sale it's $1.74. Now, when you compare that to the Dollar Tree hearts, these are $1.25. They're definitely nice if you can find them. Sometimes you can't find them though, but this heart from Hobby Lobby is so much thicker, and I figured, you know what? I think this will work great for this project, so I'm actually going to do two different hearts. They're more of a rustic type of decoration, and I think you could use them any time of the year, but because it is just about Valentine's Day, I wanted to share a different type of Valentine decoration. So I'm starting with the larger heart from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use some spackling compound or spackling paste to fill in the holes, because I don't want to have any holes in this project quite yet. I also put a coat of antiquing wax on one side of the heart, and I wanted to try milk paint. Now, this was a sample of milk paint in the color Birdie, and I've never used milk paint before, but I thought, you know what, I want to try, and I thought I would share it with you and so you could see what this looks like too. Milk paint is a little bit different than chalk paint. It's more translucent, and you can actually make it as thick as you want it to be when you get the powder. So all you have to do is add some water, and that's going to change the consistency of it. I think the directions say 2 parts water to 1 part of the paint. Now you do have to make sure you get it mixed up really well, because if you don't, it does get a little bit lumpy. And it seemed like the longer it would sit, then it got a little bit thicker as well. But the main difference that I could tell with the milk paint is that it's absorbed into the wood or whatever it is that you're painting. So like I said, this is called Birdie, and it's kind of a robin's egg blue, but it looks like it has a little bit more green to it. And I found a tutorial on Facebook showing how to do this project, and it was just so pretty that I had to see if I could duplicate it, if it was going to be easy or not. You'll have to let me know in the end if you think this is an easy Valentine's DIY. So I took the milk paint and I put a couple of coats of it onto the Hobby Lobby heart. I'm starting with this heart for the entire project, and then I'm going to show you the Dollar Tree heart as well. And I found out that I really do like the milk paint. I like the texture and the consistency. It is a little bit different than chalk paint, but I really like the end result. Now, once the paint had dried on the heart, then I came back with some antiquing wax, and this is by Rust-Oleum. This is a little bit different than the distressing ink from, say, Tim Holtz. I used a dauber and brushed that all the way around the edges of my heart. And I've had this wax for a while now, and I really like it. You don't have to use a lot, and you can get different levels of darkness depending on how much of it you're using, and you don't have to push very hard for the wax to get onto your project. So I went all the way around the edges first, and then I drug the dauber down so that I could get some antiquing throughout the interior portion of the heart as well. Now, I don't know if you've ever used a large stamp like this. This is by IOD, and I will leave a link to it in the description box in case you wanted to check this out for yourself, but it looks like a handwritten letter. It's really, really pretty, and these type of stamps are so much fun to play with and work with, but this was my first IOD stamp that I bought. I also bought this ink. This is Stays On ink, and it's a permanent ink, and it stays in place. So I just took the ink and I rubbed it across the stamp. I really wanted to make sure that I had a nice coating of that ink on all of the words on this letter. And because the Hobby Lobby heart is definitely large, I put the IOD stamp pretty much in the center of the heart. And then I just used my hands to press down onto the stamp so that the ink would get onto the heart. And I really like how that looks. It's a little bit darker on one side, but I think that gives it a nice authentic look. Next, I came back with these white roses, and I believe I found these on Temu. I went to the Dollar Tree and I was looking for just the white roses, but they didn't have any, so I decided I was just going to use these. I cut off the stem of each of these roses. And then I cut off all of that greenery right on the end. But because I did that, the roses would start to come apart. So I used some hot glue to make sure the rose was going to stay in this shape. Then I had these pearls that I got from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take the pearls and I'm going to put them into the inside of each of these roses. This was a little bit time consuming, but I think it's definitely worth doing because of the look that it gives. So I glued each of the pearls individually into the center of each of these roses. I had different sizes of the pearls and I like that look. So then I just put a little drop of hot glue onto each pearl and then pushed it down into the center of the rose. And depending on what kind of flowers or what kind of look you're going for, I think you could probably do this with any color of rose, but the rose works really well because of the opening in the center. And having the different size pearls, it makes it look so pretty. So once I had enough of the flowers with the pearls in the center, then I took each of the flowers and tried to decide of how I was going to arrange them on the heart. And when I came up with a pattern that I liked, then I just secured each of the roses to the wooden heart. And after I had put 4 of the roses onto this one, then I did come back with a few smaller roses, or like, I guess they're almost like rosebuds, and I glued those down in between the larger roses that were already in place. I also wanted to include a bow, so I came back with some of this ribbon, and I like this ribbon because it's a natural color, but the edges are frayed, and I thought this would be really pretty and tie in very nicely with the colors that I already have on this project. So I just took a bunch of pieces of the ribbon, had them cut down to about the same size, and just arranged them into basically a large circle. Then I came back with a Dollar Tree zip tie, and I carefully closed that so I could pull it down and create a bow. It does make it a little bit challenging the more strips of the ribbon that you have, but it's definitely worth it to make a very rustic, messy bow, and it's actually really easy. So once I had the zip tie secured around the center, then I came back with a longer piece of that natural colored ribbon, and I just tied it into the center in a square knot. Sometimes I get a little excited though, and when I'm tying a knot like this, and I pulled off one of the ends because it's not that strong of a material, but that's okay. I just want the knot, and it actually is on the back. Then I took some hot glue and I just took that bow and tucked it up right against the flowers. I also had these really pretty extra pieces that I had used in some of my floral arranging earlier, but I thought these would look so pretty. So I took a couple of those and tucked them in between the roses. And I think you can see that this is the smaller heart now. So this is the Dollar Tree heart. And even though it's not quite as large as the Hobby Lobby heart, I think that looks so pretty. And I did the exact same technique using the milk paint and then the IOD stamp, and then some of the roses with pearls inside of them. I just didn't use quite as many. I also wanted to add a hanger to each of these hearts. So I took the hearts out into my garage and just drilled 2 holes. So on one side of the heart, I drilled the hole lower, and then on the other side, I made the hole up. I drilled the hole up higher. And now I'm just tucking that same ribbon into the holes that I created. And I want it to look like it's tied from the front. So I'm going to just pull that ribbon through, leaving a little bit of it out hanging through that front hole that I drilled. Then I'm going to come around the back side of the heart and just tie a knot because I don't want it to come through. So I'll tie a knot on the back side of this hole, and then I'll flip it over and do the same thing on the front. That way that will keep the ribbon right there and it's not going to move around. Once I had that done, then I came back to the other hole from the back and pushed the ribbon through to the front. I wanted to make sure I had enough of it so that it would create a hanger, but again, I'm just going to tie a knot on the front of where the ribbon comes through. And I think you can tell, but this is the larger heart that I got from Hobby Lobby. I did use a little bit of hot glue to secure that ribbon and make sure it's not going to move around. Then I flipped over the heart and I used my hot glue gun again on the back side of the holes where the ribbon is coming through. I did take a little bit of extra ribbon and just put that over top because I want this to look like it's a finished project. And then I did the exact same thing for the smaller heart that I got from Dollar Tree. So let me show you both of the hearts and you let me know what you think. So this is the larger one from Hobby Lobby. I think it's so pretty. I love the way that I was able to drag that antiquing wax down and you can still see the words from the IOD stamp. and the antiquing around the sides. I think that looks really nice. I also love the little extra embellishments with the pearls that are tucked inside of each of the roses. And then the ribbon bow, well, that just kind of ties everything together. Now this is the smaller heart from Dollar Tree. It isn't quite as large, but I think it still looks very nice. The heart isn't quite as thick of wood as the MDF board one from Hobby Lobby is, but if you couldn't find the larger Hobby Lobby heart, you can always hopefully go to Dollar Tree and find these smaller hearts. Or vice versa, if you can't find the Dollar Tree hearts, then you can go to Hobby Lobby, and it would probably be easier for you to find the heart there. There's so many different ways that you can use hearts like this in your decorating. It doesn't necessarily have to be for Valentine's Day either. I think I'm going to incorporate these different pieces into my everyday decor. I think they blend perfectly into my farmhouse style. Now, if this rustic heart craft inspired you, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I post new budget-friendly projects each and every week, and I don't want you to miss out on a single way for you to transform your space one DIY at a time. Remember, crafting isn't about how much money you spend. It's about the love and creativity that you put into each and every project that you create. Until next time, stay crafty and keep creating.